Before you even date, on this topic, just strictly off the dome, is that I feel like everyone should, society should stop putting such a big significance on relationships. I know that might get some salty, because so many people is like a lonely syndrome where they don't want to be seen as lonely. They don't want to be seen as single. Or people just go pro singleness, where it's like F relationships and stuff. It's like people go to the extreme. They can't just be mellow, like, okay, yeah, I'm just me. Because you got to get a sense of self that you are one person. You should be whole within yourself. Like, you are you. Like, that what you should get comfortable within right now, instead of trying to wear someone else, you know? You should become comfortable within yourself before seeking out another person. That's what I feel like, is that if you don't feel whole within yourself, you'll never be satisfied in a relationship. I'm sorry. And you'll pick someone wrong for you. You will pick someone that's going to challenge you, that's going to teach you a lesson. Because until you learn the lesson, until you learn that you have to have that within yourself, or you're going to keep choosing a problem. It's up to you, you know? And whatever works for you, works for you. But if you're on this, obviously, the reason I said don't put such a big significance on relationships and stuff like this is because when you look at relationships in general, it's a social standard. These are social constructs. Marriage and all these things is very social constructs. I'm not saying it's nothing against it. See, don't, just because I'm addressing it does not mean I'm against it. Does not mean I'm against it. When just because someone addressed something doesn't mean they're against it. Usually people only address things that they're against. Like, oh, you shouldn't. I don't care about that. Like, I don't care what you do. As long as it's right for you, you feel like, oh, this is something that I can do for the rest of my life. That's all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you're doing. When you stop attaching yourself to yourself, things stop being personal. You stop being so attached with the social norms and like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta stuff like that. Life becomes so much more broader. Life becomes so much, even the simple things, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, life becomes so much more fulfilling, so much more adventurous in a way, because you're not tied down to certain things. When you let go of fear, oh, I don't have this, I'm this age, you're worried about all these different things. At this age I gotta do this, at this age I gotta do this, when I go here I gotta do this, then life gotta be like this. You're never living in the moment. You're always planning, you're always plotting. When I get this in this relationship, and this ties back into dating, because first, before, like I said, before you date, before you even think about getting in a relationship or talk to someone, anybody or whatever, know yourself. Know yourself or get owned by the world. Know yourself or get lost by the world. Know yourself or get lost. Know yourself or get lost. That's it. Because the world has so many programs running. And if you're not clocking in, if you're not clocking in, then you'll definitely be tuning into someone else's program. For sure. That's for sure. Before you can even decide before your mother self can decide what you want in another person, you have to know yourself. How will you know what you want if you don't even know who you are? Once you change, you be like, I don't even want that anymore. I don't even like that anymore. Have you realized that? Like, when you have an upgrade, or when you think about something else, or when you become a certain way, you start realizing, I ain't even attracted to the old things that I was attracted to. How can I? Because you're still developing. You can't try and, if you're not whole within yourself, you're still developing. So it's like, if this is only for people who want to be intentional. If you just want to get in the wraps of life and just whatever happens in life happens, go ahead. It all depends on what quality of life you are. Like, you got to realize the people who you're dating, you can't be mad. That's why you can't be mad with what you get when you dig in the mystery box. You can't get mad at what hand is dealt. if you take accountability, you can't get mad because you're gonna be like, I chose that. I chose that person. I chose this. I chose this. And it's like, you can't get mad. You can't. A lot of people misconstrue it because when they see you have like clarity or like you're like think straight, they think you're like, they confuse that with being uppity or something. And it's not that. What we're saying is something very simple. People say, oh, your standards is too high, da 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 this. I feel like those things is stupid. Having those things is stupid because it'll come naturally. You'll know what's for you and you know what's not for you. All you got to do is just focus on yourself. Everything is just focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself, you know what's for you and you know what's not for you. There's no reason to, you don't have to construct the whole standard, the whole list. He got to be this tall or whatever, or she got to be this thick or whatever. Stop by trying to be a hero in relationships and dating. You see someone, you're like, oh, I like this person, but they can change this and this and then they be perfect. Get to stepping. If you don't like them as who they are in the moment, you better step. You won't like them. Or maybe that's a lesson for you. That's how people be. Or why did I even like speak to that person or like was friends with that person? It's all a lesson. It all taught you something. So it was a win-win situation. You gotta stop looking at it from a loser perspective. You're being a loser. If you think you're a loser, you are. So if you only see the loss in the situation, I mean, that's a very depressive way to think, but it's not going to help you, you know? That's why I learned that. It's not going to help you. Like, that's not going to get anything done. That's not going to change anything. Yeah, it's a loss, but what can I get out of this situation? What can I... Oh, I learned so much from this person. I appreciate that. Some people are just there to show you what you don't want, what you don't like in a person, what you not prefer. And maybe it shows what you dislike about yourself. I don't want to be that type of person. Maybe you around some of the people that you're just like, those type of people, no. Because that's showing you who you don't want to become. You can become just like that person that person's just the worst person. They bum everything. You can become just like that person. They're just a reflection of you, showing you who you can become. And so don't get mad at the people you meet. Don't get mad at the situations and how people act and stuff. I know it's challenging. It's easier to say, but we'll just be okay with it and find the good in everything or else you'll be miserable. Who want to be miserable? Who wants that? So do what's necessary to make yourself happy. And that's my dating advice. None. My dating advice is none whatsoever. You gotta focus. You gotta become a better person. If you want a better person, you gotta become a better person. Stop being like, oh, this person isn't good enough for me, blah blah this. I need a better person. Or like when the other person gonna show up, you know? They're not. They're not. And you gotta view what you like in a person. Okay, if you like, oh, this person make a lot of money and stuff like that, you gotta view why you like that. What's the point? Like blah 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 blah. You gotta go into yourself. You gotta question your intentions with people and stuff like that. Then you'll find out more about yourself. And know yourself. And what I always vouch for is that I feel like there's nothing wrong with any role of life. I feel like as long as it's in alignment with will, that's all that matters. It's because you're trying to find a husband, you're trying to find a wife, but you're trying to change that person, but you're looking for you got to look for what you want. If you're stop being the person that's just so cool, that's just so fun. You see, that only comes when you're insecure. That's why you got to work on yourself and work on yourself and work on your clarity, because if you're not insecure, you will not feel the need to be a people pleaser. You'll feel okay with saying no. You'll feel okay. You won't feel pressure to say yes. You'll just say yes. And if you're a pleasant person, if you do what's right for people around you, you'll naturally say yes. You'll be like yes to life. You'll help people out and stuff like that. Naturally, it's not even you're trying to be good. You're doing good just because you want to look good. That's people pleasing. That's a form of people pleasing. When you're doing good just to look good, that's people pleasing. You're a people pleaser. Because it only matters if it was no one in the world. What's the one? Your action wouldn't matter. So it's like, yes, that's people pleasing. And see, when people think of people pleasing, they think you got to say no to everything, or you got to say no just to prove a point. Don't try and prove yourself. That's still people pleasing. Even when you say no, you're still in control of that person, because you're saying no because you think it's precious. Say, you got to get in tune with yourself. Stop being so outer focus. Just do what's necessary for what's around you, for the people and stuff like that, and you'll naturally do good.
Until next time, peace.